how to use Google Slides to create a fun holiday project. But you're going to be able to use the information that you learned today to do all kinds of cool different things on slides that I bet you don't even know it could do. So at the end of the video here that I'm going to show you some additional cool stuff. So in classwork, you're going to see your Easter presentation, and that's what I clicked on. All right. And then I'm going to play this video, and as I'm playing it, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit. So today we are going to make a fun Easter scene, but you can make any scene that you want. So you're going to go, well, for this project, I'd prefer you to make something holiday or spring-like. So what you're going to do is you're going to open up a new slide, and then at the very beginning, there's going to be text boxes that are going to already be there. I go through and I like to delete them. Only because when I'm layering items on top of it, sometimes they get in the way if they're still back there and they haven't been deleted. It's my own personal preference. You don't have to delete them if you want. They will just sit in the background, but I like to go ahead and delete them. So what you're going to do then is you're going to decide on what images you're going to want to use for this project. You could pick anything that you want, but kind of keep it towards like spring or Easter, something in the season. So I just went ahead and I said insert image, and I said search the web. And then now I am searching for a transparent clip art. The word clip art will give you like cartoon style images, where if I do not put clip art, it will give me photographs. It'll give me other things that won't look like a comic, like a cartoon. It'll be photographs and other things that are going to be there as well. So I always put in the word clip art, and for projects like this, a key is to put in the word transparent. When you put in the word transparent, when you insert it into an image, it will be able to just give you that image. It's not going to give you a lot of backgrounds. Sometimes whenever you have images, it may have a white background or a black background. And then when you try to put it on a white slide, you'll see like the whole outline of it, not just the image itself. So transparent clip art, and I put in sun. So I'm going to find the one that I want. And then I'm just going to say insert, or you could also drag it. Resize it to the size that you want. And then move it in the position that you would like on the slide. So the idea here is we're going to have at least 2 images that are going to look like they're moving. So do you remember did you ever see one of those books that if you draw something and then on the next page, you just have it move a little bit and draw the exact same thing, a flip book, so that when you flip it, it looks like it's moving? It's going to be kind of like that, but using slides. So you could decide on any 2 images that you would like. And I have an Easter bunny and a sun. And then, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to resize that, put it in your position. Now, the sun, we're going to have the sun move this way as the bunny rabbit moves this way. So we put one image off to the right and one image off to the left. Okay. And then I put in transparent background. So you're going to get a nice little background that you can keep. Now, the background's not going to move for the purposes of this project. We could actually have it move, but we're not going to for this project. I think having 2 images that move is enough for your first time doing this. Now notice that the bunny rabbit is behind the background. So if you click on the image, you can order it. So you're going to click on it, and then you're going to say move to the front. If it doesn't work, sometimes if things are layered too, if you have several things layered, click on the other image as well, and you want to move that to the back. Okay. Now, I went ahead and I copied that slide several times. So after I have my two images there, I copied it. So I don't have to keep putting all of those things in each time. So get that one done. And then if you right click on it on the slide over here, you can duplicate the slide. So that's what you want to do, is not just add a slide. If I click on the plus sign, it will add a slide. But if I right click and say duplicate, then it will give me the exact copy of the slide that's already there. And that's what I want for this project. So now what I want to do is, in order for the objects to look like they are moving across the slide, I took the first image, and if you double click on the image, and you're going to get this black line going across this border. Notice that you're going to have a darker black line, and then you're going to have your blue lines to resize. Your darker black lines are your crop. So if I double click on that and drag the black line, it will cut the image in half. It will take out part of the image because I want this bunny rabbit to look like he is coming in the screen. So I could either slide him all the way over so half of him's off of the slide itself, or I could double click on it and grab that black line and cut off part of that image that I don't want to be in the first slide. So notice then I went to each slide and I just moved the bunny over a little bit. Okay, so on the first slide, he's all the way just coming onto the slide. The second slide, he's over a little more, and we're just going to keep scooching him over more towards the right to make it look like he's going off to the right. And then we're going to do the opposite with this little sun. Hi, Cameron. So we are learning how to make a flip book using slides in Google. So we open up a new slide, and I'll kind of talk real fast since you just popped on. We created the first slide. We added two images that we want to add. Something spring-like would be best. And then we added a background. And to add the background, we added a transparent background, and I always put the word clip art in because it gives us that cartoony look, and we're not going to get photographs. And then I went to each slide and I duplicated that slide. And then I am going to take my bunny and I'm going to just move him a little bit across each slide. So each slide, he looks like he's moving a little bit more. I tilted him a little bit by clicking on the first image, and then you'll get that dot above the image, and I just moved it, rotated it a little bit so that it's going to look like he's hopping. That's the idea. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the sun, and I started the sun on the right side and I started the bunny on the left. So you want to have two images, one on each side. And now for each slide, I'm going to move the sun over towards the left, and I'm going to move the bunny over to the right. I slanted him down a little bit to make it look like he's landing. And then I'm going from one slide to the next, and I'm just going to move him a little bit. We talked about cropping. So if you double click on that image, you're going to get, besides the blue resize dots that you can resize your image, you could also get, you'll see when you double click, a black border, and they have a little bit of a darker line where if you grab that line, it will crop the image. So that at the beginning, you don't want the whole bunny on, you just want part of him. So you can crop out parts of the image as well. So I'm just kind of going through and I'm moving both images across the screen, across the slide. And then when we're done with this, I'm going to show you another way to really put animation into slides. So I'm just moving him across. And as you can see, I just duplicated that slide again. You don't want to add a new slide. If you click on that plus sign above all of the slides here, you are going to get a brand new slide, but it will be a blank slide. We want a duplicate of the ones that we have, because those flip books, just something moves a little bit each time that you flip the page. And then there he's going to the end. Notice I'm cropping the image right now. So that darker line that is going up, I kind of slid it over a little bit and took off part of the picture. And then after you cut your image and crop it, click back onto the white area and it will take effect of whatever cropping you did. So notice I go back to the white and I click on it to get rid of all the lines. Then I'm going to do the same with the sun. I duplicated the slide again. I'm going to cut more of the bunny out for this slide. Move them over to the end again. So here you're practicing how to add clip art, how to search specifically for clip art, how to duplicate slides, how to obtain transparent clip art. And we said that transparent means that there's not going to be a background to it. So sometimes some images, they might have black, like a background for the image itself, or a different color, or other things that are going on back there, and you just want the image itself. So we're almost done with this section. It's just something fun to do. You can make little cards or little projects for family members. You could create signs this way that move, and then you could post them. Be creative. And now the bunny's gone. And the sun is gone. And now when I click the present button, it will begin to play. And let's see what it looks like. So this is the way it would look by presenting it. So just a fun little Easter project or spring project for you to have fun with and learn a lot of things as you do that. Okay, and he will keep going. Okay, and then your escape will take you back to your slide so that you can continue. Really quickly, I think here you could add some other images if you would like. I suggest that you decide at the very beginning everything that you want to put in your slide, and then when you duplicate, it'll already be there. But if you did want to add something more, I wanted to add some butterflies. Be careful that when you are if you do just want to resize, that you grab those blue little dots rather than the black outline. I'm cutting out the white space that goes around the butterfly itself, so I did crop that, but I didn't crop the image itself. I cropped the white space around the image, just so that I can get this close to the bunny. If I'd have left that white space there, I would have had to have played around with the layering of it, because it would have wanted to go on top of the bunny. So I did crop that white space out a little bit so I could get closer to the image. So here I added the bunny. I'm really quickly going to just move him across on each slide, or the butterfly rather. And once I have that copied, I could keep pasting it as many times as I want, as long as I don't copy something else. So I just went to each slide, moved them a little bit. And then we could see what that's going to look like. Another thing is, make sure that you name your project. So you might want to call it Aiden's Fun Spring Project. And then I added a little word art here. You could have fun with the word art. If you double click on it, you're going to get another menu that you could change the outline of the words, and then you could fill the words themselves in as well. So here I went to my paint can and I changed the inside of the words. And then I'm making the outline a little larger, little thicker lines. I kind of played around with it to change how I wanted it. Okay, now here's something new. I'm actually going to pause it for a minute. So I am going to add actual animation here, okay? And your slide is wonderful to add animation in. So I clicked on the image itself and I said insert animation. You're going to get this other sidebar up, okay? And you're going to get to decide what you want it to do. That's going to be the first question that you'll have to answer. So here you have lots of choices. You could have it fade in so that it kind of appears. It starts off really light and gets darker. You could have it fade out so it goes away if you want something to disappear. You could have it fly in from the left or the right. So that means it just will fly. It'll be off the slide itself. And then when you say fly in, it'll appear wherever you have it right now. When you click that, it'll be off the slide, but then it'll fly into the position that it's in now. So you can have it fly in from the right, the left, or up, or the top or the bottom. You could have it appear or disappear, so it's there and then it's not there. Okay, so those are your different animations that you have to work with. So I said that I was going to have it fade in. Now notice when I click that, right here it says on click. Okay. If you want to have to click the screen first, so for example, if I'm presenting something to you in front of a class, I may not want things to appear until I get done talking about something else and ready for it to appear. So when you'll notice that your teacher sometimes will click, so things will appear when I'm ready for it to appear. Or you could have it so that it's just going to have your animation right after or with your previous animation. So you could have it so you could click on each item, or you could have it so that it just plays by itself. You could also change how fast you want that to happen. So there's going to be a little slide bar here that you can make it so that whatever animation you say, it happens quickly or it happens slowly. So I might want to have something flying real fast. If you've noticed my classrooms that I have, sometimes I'll have objects coming into the screen or leaving the screen. So let's go ahead and take a look at how that last item is a little different. So what I would like you to do is I want you to have at least 2 images that move. I would like you to, and slowly. So I would say at least 5 slides in total. You could do more. I don't think you would get the effect that we want if you would do less. And then I want you to have a background. And then I want you to use some animation at the end. Okay. So if you notice that, let's go back just for 1 second at that last animation so you could see it. So when we present, and then notice how my words, welcome spring, will fade in. Okay. So that is your assignment for this week. So I hope that you have fun. I'm looking forward to seeing all the cool things that you've come up with. And I guess that's all that I have for you today. So have fun doing that. When you're done, attach it and submit it with your assignment. Okay. So go ahead and do that, but maybe get outside a little bit too, because it's so nice. Have fun at your game tonight or your practice tonight, Aiden. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. So have a great rest of the day. Enjoy.